Welcome to the Randy Report. I'm Randy Slavacek, your host. I'm also the writer and editor of therandyreport.com, where you can find me every single day on the internet reporting on the daily news cycle in terms of politics, pop culture, and entertainment news of interest to the LGBTQ community and its allies. In this week's headlines, Colorado lawmakers are considering allowing those harmed by so-called conversion therapy to sue. Nearly 10 years later, the Pulse Nightclub has been demolished to make way for a permanent memorial on the site of one of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history. The long-awaited second season of the award-winning web series The Disappointments has arrived, and 3 powerhouse queer country music artists have teamed up as the Cowgays. All that and more in this episode of The Randy Report. State lawmakers in Colorado have introduced legislation, House Bill 26-1322, that would allow LGBTQ people to sue for damages resulting from so-called conversion therapy. Also known as reparative therapy, the harmful practice is used to try to change a person's sexual orientation or gender identity. As I've reported many times here on the Randy Report, conversion therapy can lead to depression, anxiety, and other psychological injuries. It was banned by Colorado lawmakers in 2019 and has been denounced by every major medical organization in the country, including the American Medical Association, the American Psychological Association, and the American Academy of Pediatrics. Sponsors of the new legislation say many of those harmed by the so-called therapy don't come forward for years. Their bill would eliminate the statute of limitation in cases involving conversion therapy. Individuals could sue their therapists, the facilities that hired the therapists, and anyone who knew or should have known about the therapy and failed to take reasonable steps to stop it. Plaintiffs could recover economic and punitive damages if they could prove that the therapy was a substantial factor in their psychological injuries. In related news, an evangelical Christian therapist out of Colorado Springs has challenged the current Colorado ban in court, arguing that it violates, wait for it folks, her free speech rights. The U.S. Supreme Court heard oral arguments in the case in October 2025 and appeared to be leaning in the therapist's favor. A decision from the High Court is expected by June. Nearly a decade after tragedy reshaped a community, the Pulse Nightclub building, where 49 people were killed in a 2016 mass shooting, was demolished on March 17th, clearing the way for a long-awaited permanent memorial. The nightclub had remained intact for years, representing both a place of remembrance and a source of ongoing pain, as conversations unfolded around how best to honor the lives lost. Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer acknowledged the weight of the day in remarks to local media, noting that while no physical space can provide full closure, the next phase may offer a place for reflection. The attack at Pulse Nightclub on June 12, 2016, remains one of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history. A gunman, later identified as Omar Mateen, opened fire inside the crowded venue during a Latin-themed night, killing 49 people and injuring dozens more. Investigators later said he had pledged allegiance to ISIS during the attack. A nonprofit, the One Pulse Foundation, was initially tasked with developing a memorial and museum. But plans stalled as fundraising challenges mounted, eventually leading to the organization's dissolution. The city of Orlando later stepped in, purchasing the property and taking over responsibility for the memorial process. Officials formed an advisory group that included survivors and victims' families to help shape the vision. One of the most central points of debate was whether the nightclub itself should remain part of the memorial. Some saw the building as sacred ground, while others felt its removal was necessary to move forward. Ultimately, the decision was made to clear the site. Design plans outline a space intended for quiet reflection. At the center will be a pool featuring a subtle rainbow ripple, a nod to both queer pride and the lives remembered. A curved canopy structure, described as an angel eclipse, will offer shade while honoring each victim individually. A wall of water will display the victims' names alongside a phrase carved in English and Spanish, "For all those who just wanted to dance." Construction is expected to begin in September, with the memorial projected to open in 2027. What to watch? The first episode of Season 2 of the digital web series The Disappointments is now available on YouTube. The Humanitas Prize-winning series follows 3 middle-aged gay best friends as they try to figure out how to live their best lives. Ray, Gary, and James each find themselves with new and exciting employment possibilities that could actually turn their disappointing lives around, while also managing new challenges in their personal lives. Season 1 ended with a big cliffhanger, a time jump, where we see Ray, played by series creator and director Rich Burns, and his hot hunky younger boyfriend Dwight, played by Trevor LaPaglia, had broken up with no explanation. In Season 2, we see what went down between them and what comes next. Ray, struggling to move on after his breakup, lands a job writing for a girls' animated series and discovers he's an awkward fit in a room full of Gen Z writers. Gary, played by Geta Watanabe, finds himself hired as the co-host of a talk show and prepares to shoot the pilot while an unexpected relationship sprouts in his life. And newly licensed real estate agent James, played by James Campbell, manages to find a mentor in a prestigious Beverly Hills realty firm, only for complications to arise when the two men enter into a kinky sexual affair. In addition to the new season, the first season has been re-edited into 5 director's cut, 25-minute episodes, as they were originally intended to be seen, with extended scenes between Ray and Dwight restored and other fun extras. As I mentioned, the first episode of Season 2 is available now, and additional episodes will be released on YouTube every Sunday through May 10th. I'll have a link in the show notes to the YouTube channel. New music. Check out the new queer country music trio, the Cowgays. Comprised of 3 powerhouse country singers, Brooke Eden, Chris Houseman, and Adam Mack, the trio came together the way the best country stories do, through friendship, late nights, and a song that hit just right. As solo artists, all 3 are already fixtures in Nashville's evolving country scene, having carved out meaningful space in country music. Brooke Eden has performed on The Today Show, the ACM Awards, and the Grand Ole Opry, where she gender-flipped She's in Love with the Boy alongside Trisha Yearwood. A 2023 GLAAD Media Award nominee for Outstanding Breakthrough Artist, Eden is one of country music's most visible queer women. Chris Houseman's debut album, Blue Neck, hit #1 on the iTunes Country Chart and #4 across all genres, with the title track peaking at #16 on Billboard's Digital Country Chart. The song went viral on TikTok and earned coverage from Rolling Stone, Good Morning America, and Billboard magazine. And Adam Mack was named Billboard's Country Rookie of the Month in November, having released his 3rd studio album, Southern Spectacle, in October. He made his national television debut performing his song Old Photograph on The Kelly Clarkson Show. More than a studio project, the trio's live performances transformed the stage into a playful Western fever dream, with fringe, cowhide, bold color, chaps, stacked harmonies, and crowd-wide sing-alongs. According to a press statement, the show feels like a honky-tonk revival colliding with a queer rodeo, equal parts musicianship and theatricality. Take a listen to their first single, the oh-so-campy Wish I Wasn't Gay. Wait for it, folks. Available now on major streaming music platforms.
Wish I wasn't gay. Wish I wasn't gay. I don't wish I wasn't gay no more. Clap your hands for Jesus. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. wish I wasn't gay no more. Used to lay in bed at night and cry myself to sleep, tossing and a turning, wondering why. Thought that damned old devil had a hold on me, till the day I finally saw the light. Wish I wasn't gay. Wish I wasn't gay. I don't wish I wasn't gay no more. Clap your hands for Jesus. I done shut that closet door, and I don't wish I wasn't gay no more. Preacher used to tell me I was headed straight to hell for something that I tried but couldn't change. Had to walk through fire till I found myself. Holy revelation, I've been saved. Wish I wasn't gay. Wish I wasn't gay. I don't wish I wasn't gay no more. Clap your hands for Jesus. Hallelujah, I'm reborn. I don't wish I wasn't gay no more. Thought that I was lost with no end inside, till I found my chosen family tree. Any friend of Dorothy's is a friend of mine, so cheers to the queers like you and me. Wish I wasn't gay. Wish I wasn't gay. I don't wish I wasn't gay no more. Clap your hands for Jesus. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. I don't wish I wasn't gay no more. Wish I wasn't gay. Wish I wasn't gay. I don't wish I wasn't gay no more. Clap your hands for Jesus. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. I don't wish I wasn't gay no more. Wish I wasn't gay.
And that brings me to the end of this episode of The Randy Report. If you enjoy catching up on LGBTQ news in a quick podcast, I'd appreciate it if you'd share it with your friends. And make sure you hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss an episode. I like to think of The Randy Report as the 60 minutes of gay news, only shorter. And remember, you can find me every single day on the internet at therandyreport.com, where I cover the daily news cycle in terms of politics, pop culture, and entertainment news of interest to the LGBTQ community and its allies. Thanks for listening, folks. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.